Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have one other news story for today. It ain't a good one. If you remember on Friday, I had a heck of a stream playing the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection, which is one of the worst released games of recent memory. It is pretty much completely unplayable, at least on console. I don't know how bad it is on PC, but on console, the collection is a joke. It runs absolutely horribly. It's janky. You teleport all over the place because of the lag. The hit detection is atrociously bad. It's just an awful experience all around. I don't know how they released it like that. Now, supposedly, the game developer, Asper, is claiming that they are going to actively patch it and improve it, and they apologize, and they said they're going to fix it, okay? Well, something happened overnight. Very bad. All right, you ready for this? A popular modder of the original Battlefront games. So keep in mind something. I have to bring this up because you need a little bit of a preface to understand this story. The original Star Wars Battlefront games were released in the early 2000s. I think the first one was 2004, and I think Battlefront 2 was either 2005, 2006, something like that, okay? I could be wrong, but I think that's about the time frame they released. Huge games, ginormously popular, but after a while, they fell off in popularity and support. So modders came in on PC and modded the living crap out of these games to make them more viable. In fact, modders tried to keep these games alive for many years and make them still be playable online and things like that. Well, someone in the modding community, apparently a popular modder, has come out and said, I am insulted because, ladies and gentlemen, at least on the Nintendo Switch version, they're not sure if it's present in every version of this collection, but at least in the Nintendo Switch version, it has launched with all of this modders content in the game. And they said they've confirmed it through testing because the animations that they put into the game for the heroes have glitches and bugs that are replicated by the modder now that they own the Switch version of the game, and it wasn't present in the original games. In addition, they were never contacted to be asked for their permission to use their mods in the game. They were never compensated for the use of their mods in the game. So apparently, they stole the mods and just put them in thinking, oh, well, no one will notice. Well, this blew up overnight. There was tons of different, Battlefront and Star Wars related media covering this story. This one, Kyber, the Battlefront 2 custom account or whatever, says the following. We are saddened to see the abhorrent treatment and blatant exploitation of modders' uncredited work in the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. Asper assured the community this would not happen after suspicions were roused prior to the launch. And despite this, it's clear that they did it and blah, 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 blah. So the question is, what's the deal with this? Could a company take modders' content without their permission and actually put it into a retail product that they sell for profit? Well, this person seems to think otherwise. This is a Clone Trooper 163. Well, they don't have to credit him. It clearly states in Battlefront's EULA, which is their agreement, they can use any mods without any permission, and 99% of the modder's work was already using in-game assets that weren't ever his anyway. People get pissed when this happens, but you agree to these things when you actually buy the game. So is that true? Is it true that if he modded the game and never got legal permission to do so, does that mean that they could do whatever they want with his modded content and they get away with it scot-free? What is the legality of the situation? Nobody knows as of yet, but it's a developing story, and I guarantee you people are going to figure this out. All right, people are going to say, is it legal or not? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to lean towards it probably is legal for them to do it, because if the modder just took the code from the game they didn't make, they didn't have permission to modify it, they just modified it and then they shared it with an online community and people enjoyed those modifications to the game, technically he doesn't own it. The work was done with other things that, you didn't own. If an artist goes ahead and breaks into an artist supply store and steals all the ingredients to make an epic sculpture, but everyone knows that it's stolen, but no one cares. No one prosecutes the sculptor. They just let him go and sculpt a big artistic sculpture out in the square of the stolen goods that he just stole. And he makes an epic sculpture. Well, is that work of art his? Technically, he made it. It's his artistic vision, but it's stolen goods. He stole the things to make the sculpture from the store next door, and everyone knows he stole it. So does the store have the right to now claim that sculpture and say, no, that's made from our ingredients, that's our sculpture? I don't know. Has that ever even happened? I don't think so. So without any kind of maybe legal precedent, I don't know if we have an answer. However, they do have a point here. With these terms of service, all right, in the place for a game. If you bought the game and then you modded it, and that goes against the terms of service, do you technically own the mods that you made? I don't know. Here's the thing, you know, it's just going to be a big question of who owns what, who do the rights go to, right? At one point, does something become someone's legal property versus, oh, it's something creative you made, but you don't technically own it, right? It really is a gray area. It really, really is. Because, for example, on YouTube, let's say, for example, right now, I want to react to someone's content on YouTube. So I do. I have the legal right to do that. But I only have the legal right to put the video out. When it comes to the monetization rights, usually YouTube leans towards the original uploader. So, for example, right now, if I was watching someone's Let's Play of Baldur's Gate 3, they could claim my React video and say, no, I own the copyright to that video. And I could, of course, try to dispute it. But a lot of the times, YouTube will instead just do a content ID match and say, so you can make your video, that's fine, your video exists, but you don't own the advertisement rights to it. The original uploader has that. So they're going to make money on your video. This happens all the time with my React show. ESP versus the internet. Almost every episode that I upload is claimed by a third party, and they're making money on my work. And I have no legal way to stop that unless I get a lawyer and sue. Okay? So that's what I mean. In this case, maybe it was legal for the modder to make the modded content, and it's okay. The creative vision is theirs, and it's their content. But guess who has the right to monetize it? The original creator of the game. So technically, maybe they're in the right here. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know at all. Could they, maybe they should have given credit. Maybe the issue here is they didn't credit the work. They should have said, hey, just so you know, this game will feature mods that were made by the community, and here's a shout out list of the community members whose mods over the years have kept this game alive, and we put these into the game for posterity to make it better. I don't know, but they didn't do any of that. They literally just have them in the game without saying shit, right? Here's some of the thoughts of my chatters here. Says, it's disingenuous of a company to take credit for something they didn't do. They're caught lying, and that shows bad faith. What else did they pilfer to get the game made? Good point. Darziak says, certainly won't be the last. This happened with Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. Modder's work was used in that too. Wow. And of course, Eternal Napalm says, well, at least we have honest games like the day before. There you go. Well, there you go. See, this is interesting. Zero says Crystal Dynamics actually hired some of the Tomb Raider modders in order to make the remasters, and that's good faith. Got paid for their work. So this is a hot topic. I feel like this will continue. You know, this collection just came out, and what it was is a lot of people were like, okay, so we're going to wait for the collection to be fixed, and then we're going to play it. But now with this issue, finding that there's modder content in there that's not even cited, claimed, or shouted out properly, you know, no attribution given to the original creator of it, I think a lot of people are going to like boycott this collection now, which sucks for me because I own it and I can't refund it because it's on PS5. So I was thinking maybe I would go back to it. Seriously, I was like, oh, maybe I'll wait a few weeks and I'll try it again. It could be a fun game every once in a while to play at night. But now I get the feeling no one's going to play it. Like, it's probably just going to be a dead game now because no one's going to want to play a game that they stole modders' content. It's like, ugh, fucking shitballs. I really screwed myself. Man, I really nerf-herded myself right into this one. I really just, you know, I'm really sucking the Sarlacc balls on this one, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I must have, yikes. Anyway,